Okay, so we're going to move into converting units. Again, these probably won't, the problems on this probably won't be exactly like on the SAT, but it's going to be more using these converting units, so you do need to know this. On the practice set, we do have a couple that you'll see that look more like on the SAT. Okay, so let's look at some definitions. Number one, it says to measure an object is to assign a number to its size. Okay, I'm sure you guys have seen this definition before. So if you were to measure a pencil, okay, you're assigning a number to its size. Number two, the number representing its measure from end to end, it's called its length. Okay, so if you're just measuring from end to end, we're going to look at area and volume later, but right now we're just looking at one dimension, okay, or just its length. Number three, every measurement has two parts, a number and a unit of measure. Okay, so if we were measuring this pencil, okay, we're assigning a number to its size. So we would measure from end to end, that would be its length. Okay, and we need two parts. We need a number and a unit. Okay, so from here to here, we could say it was maybe 8 inches. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not actually measuring it. Okay, so 8 inches. So 8 would be the number, inches would be the unit of measure. We could also do centimeters. So from end to end, it would be a different number and a different unit of measure. Number four, the English system is a system of measurement which is generally used in the United States and where length is expressed in such units as inches, feet, yards, and miles. Okay, so this English system is mostly just used in the United States. Most countries use the metric system, which we're going to look at still. These need to be memorized. The English system is right below here. So this is linear units of measure, the English system. You have to memorize these. Okay, so which you probably already do have memorized. Number one, 12 inches is 1 foot. Number two, 3 feet is 1 yard. 3, 36 inches is 1 yard. Okay, you could have got this one from 1 and 2, so this one you don't really have to memorize. Number 4, you might not have memorized. Make sure you do have it for the SAT. 5,280 feet is 1 mile. Okay, so we're going to look at the English system first, then we'll go into the metric system. Okay, bottom of page 6, we have another definition. It says a unit fraction has two properties. The numerator and denominator contain different units, and the value of the unit fraction is 1. Okay, first of all, a value of a fraction being 1 would be something like 2 over 2. The value of that fraction is 1. It doesn't look like 1, but it is 1. Okay, or 1001 over 1001. Okay, the value of that fraction is 1. Okay, notice the top and the bottom are the same. Top and bottom are the same. Okay, so that's going to be the same for a unit fraction. The top and the bottom have to be the same, but they contain different units. Okay, so what do I mean by that is this 12 inches is 1 feet, 12 inches over 1 foot. Okay, 12 inches is the same as 1 foot, okay, just like top and bottom. So we have top and bottom the same, but notice the units are different. Okay, so these both equal 1. This is a unit fraction. Okay, number 2 is also a unit fraction, 1 foot over 12 inches. Top and bottom are same, and the value of the fraction is 1. Okay, top of page 7, a couple more examples of unit fractions. Okay, and I know this kind of is coming out of nowhere, but we will use unit fractions in the next example. Okay, 3 feet over 1 yard. Again, the numerator and denominator are the same. Okay, the value would be 1, so that's a unit fraction. And then 5,280 feet is the same as 1 mile. Again, the value of the fraction is 1, but we have different units. Okay, and the next step is why we need unit fractions. So definition, a procedure used to convert from one unit of measure to another and uses unit fractions to do so is called dimensional analysis. Okay, so with dimensional analysis, it says to convert a measurement to a different unit, multiply by a unit fraction or by unit fraction. So sometimes we have to use a couple. The given unit of measurement should appear in the denominator of the unit fraction so that this unit cancels upon multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and go through these steps with number 1. Okay, so it says convert 5 feet to inches. Okay, which we could probably do this without dimensional analysis, but I want to start with a simple example. Okay, so we have 5 feet and we want to convert that to inches. I'm going to go ahead and make this into a fraction. So 5 feet over 1. Okay, so it says we're going to multiply by a unit fraction, okay, which we can do. Okay, so for example, if we started with the number 2 and we multiplied it by 1, 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 okay, that's still 2. Okay, so what we're doing is we're starting with 5 feet. We're going to multiply by 1, by 1, by 1, which we'll only have to do 1, okay, but you can multiply numerous times. It's still 5 feet, okay, but it's going to look different. Okay, so it says we're going to multiply by a unit fraction. The given unit of measurement, which in this example is feet, should appear in the denominator of the unit fraction. Okay, so we're multiplying by a unit fraction. The given unit of measure needs to be in the denominator. Okay, so when we multiply, they cancel. Okay, the unit of measure that needs to be introduced should appear in the numerator. Okay, so we want inches here. Okay, so when we multiply, this unit will be retained. Okay, so we've basically got our unit fraction here. We just need to fill in numbers. So you've memorized that 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. Okay, so feet cancel, inches will stay. When you multiply fractions, you multiply the top, you multiply the bottom. This should be 60, and the unit we're left with is inches. Okay, number 2, we want to convert 40 inches to feet. Okay, so start with what we're given, 40 inches. Make that into a fraction. Okay, we want to convert this to feet. Okay, so we need the given unit to be in the denominator, so those cancel, and we want this to be in feet. Okay, again, 12 inches is 1 foot. Alright, so inches cancel. Now when we multiply, we're actually going to have to divide here. So we're going to have 40 times 1 divided by 1 times 12, or 40 divided by 12, which you should get about 3.33, and the unit we have is feet. Okay, so this means 40 inches is the same as 3.33 feet. Okay, we took 40, we multiplied by 1. Okay, we did 40 inches, we multiplied by 1, so we didn't change it. Okay, we just changed how it looks, or changed the unit. Okay, number 3, convert 75 yards to inches. Okay, I'm going to use 2 unit fractions here, just so you see how that works. Okay, we want to go 75 yards. Okay, we want yards at the bottom. Okay, so we want to get rid of that. I'm going to do a middle step. I'm going to go from yards to feet. Okay, so we have 3 feet is the same as 1 yard. Okay, so now we have yards canceling. If we were to multiply this out, our answer would be feet, but we want this to be in inches. So we're going to do one more unit fraction. So we're doing 75 yards times 1 times 1. We want feet to go away, so this will be at the bottom, and we want our answer to be in inches. So we have 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. Okay, so we would multiply 75 times 3 times 12, which is 2,700 inches. Okay, you could have just done 75 yards times, you would have done 36 inches over 1 yard. Okay, that would have been fine too. I just wanted to show you that sometimes you can use more than 1 unit fraction, which the next one will have to do. Bottom of page 7, it says convert 8,490 inches to miles. Okay, so start with what we're given, 8,490 inches. Okay, we want the inches to cancel, so that needs to go in the bottom. Let's just go to feet. So we need to move up here. Okay, I don't know how many inches there are in a mile, but we do know how many inches there are in a foot. So we have 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. Okay, so if we were to stop there, answer would be in feet, which we want it to be in miles, so we're going to have to do one more. Okay, we want the feet to go away. Okay, so we'll put feet there. And then we can do feet to miles. So this is 5,280. Again, make sure you have this memorized. Is the same as 1 mile. Okay, so we'll cancel that. Okay, here we're going to be doing 8,490 divided by 12 divided by 5,280, which in the calculator for divided by 12 divided by 5,280. I got about 0.13 miles. Okay, so 8,490 inches is about 0.13 miles. Okay, on to page 8, we're going to look at the metric system. Okay, so this system is just different units of measure. Okay, so we're not going to be using feet, inches, yards, miles anymore. Okay, we're going to be using something like kilometers. We're going to use centimeters, millimeters, decameters. This is a system that's used in most countries. Okay, so definition, the metric system is a system of measurement that most countries use and is based on powers of 10. Okay, this is also important to use because most countries use it, so you need to know this one. I don't think the United States will be switching over to the metric system anytime soon. Okay, but a lot of scientific research is in the metric system. And also nursing, so if you're going into nursing, if you want to be a doctor, most of these measurements are metric system. The basic unit for linear measure in a metric system is the meter. Okay, so that means that's going to be in the middle, the meter. The meter is approximately 39 inches. Okay, or the meter is about 1 yard. Okay, so picturing the metric system, a meter is about a yard. Prefixes are used to denote a multiple or part of a meter. Below summarizes the more commonly used prefixes and their meanings. Okay, so we have, I'm just starting at the bottom here because you have seen millimeter before. So millimeter has the symbol M. Okay, so if we were doing millimeter, it would look like this, mm, and it's 1/1000th of a meter. Okay, so take about a yard, cut it into 1,000 pieces, that's a millimeter. Okay, centimeter, okay, so we would denote this as cm here. It's 1/100 of a meter, so take about a yard, divide it up into 100 pieces, that's a centimeter. Decimeter, so this would be dm, is 1/10 of a meter. Decameter, this is dA, is 10 times. Okay, so that would be 10 meters. Hectometers is 100 times. And kilometers, which we pronounce it kilometer here, which would be km, is 1,000 times the base unit. Okay, so why do we have base unit here? This would be capacity. The base unit is liter. Okay, so we would have liter, which we denote as an L, and then we also have for weight, gram is the base unit. Okay, so this works the same way. This is why the metric system is nice, because you can go this same work for grams and liters. So you would have milliliter, centiliter, kiloliter, or milligram, centigram, decigram, hectogram. Okay, so the same work, you don't really have to memorize anything, okay, because it's all the same. As in here, for the English system, we had to memorize the feet, inches, yards, miles. Okay, then our English system of weight would be pounds, ounces, so you have to memorize all of that. For capacity, we do use liter a lot in the English system. I'm trying to think what else we use. We'll use like centimeters cubed, gallons, cups, pints. Okay, so that's, again, you have a lot of things to memorize in the English system, which the metric system, it's all the same. Okay, so this is why the metric system is nice. Okay, we're going into changing units within the metric system. We have these K, H, D, A, M, D, C, and M. Okay, I use the meter here, but this could also be L, 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 okay, where the M is, or G for kilogram, or hectogram, or milligram. This is what you need to memorize. Okay, as long as you memorize this, you've basically got the whole metric system. Okay, so we have King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, that is King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, we would have to change, if we were looking at liters, we'd have to change this to an L. Okay, so what I do is I go ahead and write King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. I erase the M and change it to an L. Okay, so number 1, to change from a larger unit to a smaller unit. Okay, so if we were going, for example, kilometers to centimeters, okay, we're moving right in the diagram. Multiply by 10 for each step to the right. Thus, move the decimal point in the given quantity one place to the right for each smaller unit until the desired unit is reached. Okay, so if we were going from kilometers to centimeters, we would move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the right. Okay, to change from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so maybe millimeters to decimeters, we're going to move the decimal point in the given quantity one place in the left for each larger unit until the desired unit is reached. So millimeters to decimeter, we take the decimal, move it 1, 2 places to the left. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and do some examples. Bottom of page 8, it says convert 504.7 meters to kilometers. Okay, so we're going to write King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, we want to go from meters to kilometers. So we're going, meters to kilometers. So we're going 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Okay, so we take our number, 504.7, we take our decimal, and we move it 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So it would be 0.5047, and this is kilometers. Okay, much, much easier than dimensional analysis. Okay, top of page 9. Convert 27 meters to centimeters. Okay, so again, King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, meters to centimeters. 1, 2 places to the right. So we're going to take 27. Here's our decimal. We're going to move it 1, 2 places to the right. Okay, we have some blanks here. Okay, so we need to fill in with zeros. That would be 2,700 centimeters. Number 3, convert 704 millimeters to hectometers. Okay, King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, millimeters to hectometers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left. Okay, here's our decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left. That would be 0.20704 hectometers. So 0.00704. And then the last one, convert 9.71 decameters to decimeters. King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, this is a little harder because we have 2 D's here. The first one is deca. The first one is deci. Okay, so if you have a DA, that's going to be deca. That's the only one with an A in it. So we want to go from deca to deci. So 2 places to the right. So 9.71, 1, 2 places to the right, would be 971 decimeters. Okay, next we have converting units of area. Okay, definition, area is the amount of space inside the boundary of a flat two-dimensional object, such as a triangle or circle. Okay, so area is two-dimensional, which means we have 2 things to measure. Okay, so for example, if we were measuring a floor, okay, we are measuring this part and we're measuring this part. So that's where our two-dimensional comes from. And the area is the space inside of measuring 2 pieces. Okay, common units of area in the English system are square inch, square foot, square yard, square mile. We also have acres, okay, which if you see acres on the SAT, they'll give you how many square miles are in an acre, how many square feet are in an acre. I know they don't require you to memorize acre. Similarly, in the metric system, we have square centimeters, square meters, square kilometers, square hectometers, square decimeters. Okay, so how we convert units of area, we use the linear measure, square the linear measures, and then we have a new equivalence. Okay, so example says find some area equivalences in each system using linear equivalences. Okay, so linear equivalence, for example, would be 12 inches is 1 foot, okay, which we know we have memorized. Okay, but we want to go to square inches and square feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the whole thing and square it. Okay, 12 squared is 144 inches squared. Okay, inches squared. 1 squared is 1. Feet squared would be square feet. Okay, so this would be the equivalence we'd want to use for inches or square inches to square feet. Let's do one in the metric system. Okay, so we have King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. One linear measure, for example, would be 1 meter is the same as 1, 2, 3. So I would take 1 meter, 1, 2, 3 would be the same as 1,000 millimeters. Okay? Okay, so now if I want to go to square, we have 1 squared is 1, meter squared is meters squared, 1,000 squared is 1 million, and then we have millimeters squared. Okay, so there's our area equivalents for the metric system. Okay, so the metric system has one more step because we're not used to writing the linear equivalents for that. Okay, so example says convert 785 square inches to square feet. Okay, so we're going to use this equivalence, which I have. So we're going to start with what we have using dimensional analysis. 785 square inches. Okay, we want square inches on the bottom, so it cancels when we multiply. We want square feet on the top. Okay, so we have 144 square inches is the same as 1 square foot. Okay, so we have 785 divided by 144. Just using dimensional analysis here, got 5.45 square feet. Okay, you'll see these square equivalences if you're maybe doing flooring. Tiles are given in square feet or square inches. Again, when you're looking at land, you have acres or square miles or square feet. Next example, it says convert 34 square centimeters to square millimeters. Okay, so we don't have that. So let's go ahead and start dimensional analysis here. So 34 centimeters squared. We know we need centimeters squared here and we want millimeters squared here, but we don't have that equivalent. So we're going to come over to the side and do that. Why am I not just using the decimal thing? Okay, because it has square centimeters and square millimeters. Be really careful with that. That's a really common mistake. You guys will just try to go from centimeters to millimeters, which is not the same. Okay, so let's draw the King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, we want 1 centimeter is the same as, we move it over 1 time here, it's the same as 10 millimeters. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to square the whole thing so we can get square, or units of area here. So 1 squared is 1, centimeters squared is centimeters squared, 10 squared is 100, and then we have millimeters squared here. Okay, so there's our area equivalents. So coming back over here, 1 centimeter squared is the same as 100 millimeters squared. Okay, so we're going to multiply here. Centimeters squared will cancel. So we have 3,400 millimeters squared. Okay, so in the metric system, be careful if you're given a unit of area. Okay, you're going to have to do something like this. Okay, so that ends page 9, which actually ends converting metrics. So we're going to go ahead and stop there. When we come back to this, we will start statistics, and then we'll go into probability.